Hello everyone, this game was played in 1966 in Kislovodsk. Mikhail Tal play with white pieces and Svend Hamann play with black. So without wasting time, let's dive into the game. So Tal starts with e4 and the black replies with c5, Sicilian Defense. Knight to f3, e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, a6 to cover this b5 square. So I'll continue with knight to c3, queen to c7, bishop to e2, preparing for castle on king side. So black continue with knight to f6 and the Tal castles king side, bishop to b4 and the black creates pressure on Tal's knight with his bishop and also his queen. But Tal didn't add a support on this knight and continue with bishop to g5. So I think Tal want to sacrifice his b pawn, because Tal could continue with queen to d3 or bishop to d2 to support this knight. So black continue with bishop takes knight and exchange his bishop. But Tal didn't take this bishop and continue with bishop takes knight. If black take this knight with his bishop, then bishop could retake this bishop. But black continue with g takes bishop. But you can see that white Tal opens g file for his opponent. So Tal take this bishop, b takes bishop and black accept the pawn with his queen. And Tal continue with rook to b1. So now you can see that Tal can bring his rook via b file to join his rook into attack. So black continue with knight to c6 and develop. So Tal exchange his knight because pressure on knight by knight and queen. So Tal simply exchange his knight. And now Tal move his rook on b3 and create pressure on queen. So black first save his queen and Tal move his queen on d2. And here if black castles king side, then rook to g3 check and the king has only one move, and after moving king you can see that queen to h6 comes and threat is clear. Queen takes f6 is mate. If black support this pawn, then also queen to g7 is mate. And the black prevent this checkmate comes via queen to g7. Then you can see that queen takes f6 check, and after rook to g7 checkmate comes immediately. So black didn't castle and continue with h5. And Tal continue with rook to d1 and direct threat is clear, checkmate. And also black can't castle, because if black castles then queen to h6 comes and you can see that rook can join into attack via g3. So if black move his queen, then rook could pin black's queen. So black didn't castle and continue with king to e7 to cover this d8 square. But Tal add his another rook into attack and continue with rook to d3 and the threat is clear, rook to d8. So black continue with queen to b6 to control d8 square. And here Tal's final move. Tal continue with e5 and after e5 black resigned here. If black take this pawn, then queen to g5 comes, and if king moves, then rook to d8 check, and black has to take this rook with his queen, then rook takes queen is mate. And if black continue with f6, then also checkmate comes in few moves. Bishop takes h5 and mate. So after e5 black resigned here.